So Rev just suggested that I should make a channel where I just complain because I complain every other video on my main channel apparently. And I felt offended and I was like, yeah, but I don't really complain that much. But then I thought, why don't I just turn that into a video? Yeah? Today, I'm gonna be complaining about every single killer in the game. I'm gonna open up a killer list and just complain about every single killer in the game. If you're not interested in this, I'm not even gonna make that many cuts. This is gonna be like a long form of Scott Junn type of video where I just speak, and if I fumble, then you guys are gonna hear me fumble, and I'm gonna, repeat the words until I get them right. So it's just gonna be a long form type of thing. And let's start because this is probably gonna be long. Trapper. I hate the whole playstyle of Trapper. He's a super weak killer that you know you're going to win against most of the time, but then when he does get a hook, it's like you gotta be paying attention to the ground. If he gets a basement hook, you're fucked. Like, you don't even want to go save. Every Trapper player plays like a piece of shit because they're playing Trapper, so they're like, yeah, I'm playing Trapper, so I can play like a piece of shit. And this is gonna be a common theme with all the lower tier killers. You will find that like a lot of the people that play the lower tier killers, they have the excuse of like, I'm playing a lower tier killer, so I can play like a piece of shit because that's the only way I can win. Don't play the lower tier killers then. Go play Blight, go play Nurse, so you don't have to play like a piece of shit. And by piece of shit, I mean like tunneling the weak link, camping hooks, and doing all that great killer stuff. Trapper in general is not super unfun to go against because he's most of the time just an M1 killer, and sometimes he feels super fast. He's okay. Just, I wish he was completely reworked. Wraith is another one of those killers that people think is super weak, but at the same time, is just super strong, especially against solo queue. Being able to hit and run with this killer is pretty much always a guaranteed win because solo queue players don't know how to play against hit and run. Healing takes 55 seconds when you're just by yourself, trying to heal yourself, because that was a great idea. And it was. I don't think self-healing should have ever been that fast. But to be honest, 24 seconds is a bit too much, especially considering that solo queue has always been the weakest role in the game. And by nerfing self-healing, you made killers like Wraith and every other hit and run killer in the game exponentially stronger, and now they're just annoying to go against. You're never going to get chased against this guy. He's just going to sneak up on you, and especially if they have Silent Bell, which is an add-on that should not exist in the game. I don't know why anyone ever thought that Silent Bell was a good idea. The only real indicator you have that Wraith is close to you is the bell sounds, and if the growling, I guess. But then at that point, if you hear the growling, he's already sniffing your fucking neck, and you're gonna get hit anyway. So fuck hitting and running. I hate every single hit and run killer in the game. I hope that playstyle dies out, and I hope that self-healing becomes meta again, so people stop hitting and running. And that's it. Hillbilly. Fuck. What do I not like about Hillbilly? M1 Billy. Fuck you if you M1 as Billy. Okay, you hear that, Retro? M2 only. Nurse. Too strong. Okay, this killer is the killer that people that don't know how to play killer pick to stomp survivors and feel good about themselves. You are not skilled for playing Nurse. Nurse takes absolutely no skill once you've played 10 games with Nurse. If you lose a singular game after that, you are horrible at the game. Okay, I've lost games as Nurse after I played 10 games as Nurse. But I'm not saying I'm good at Nurse. I'm not trying to be hypocritical here, but you just fucking suck if you lose games as Nurse. This killer is way too overpowered and should not exist in the game. There shouldn't be a killer in the game that could just ignore pallets and windows and just fucking curb stomp every single survivor in the game just because of one power, Myers. Completely boring gameplay. Looks at you from far away. You get frustrated because you can't hide from the Myers looking at you, and then you feel like shit because you gave him tier 2, and then he gets tier 3, and then he just insta kills everyone because that's apparently acceptable. But having a syringe that heals you in 16 seconds was a problem, so let's bump that up to 24 seconds. But Myers can still mori you just by looking at you. He can just look at you for a few seconds and then walk up to you and mori you. That's okay. But healing yourself with the syringe is not. I see, BHR. I know what you mean. Hag. I cannot say a good thing about this killer. I can't think of a good thing to say about Hag. So, just everything. Her whole kit, her whole design. I hate small killers. I'm going to talk more about that when we get to Sadako. I hate small killers that you can't see over loops. This girl is a 4.4 killer, so she's never going to chase you. If she ever does chase you, that means that you're running into the traps, so there's really no counterplay. There's no killer in it. There's no survivor and killer interaction. There are some things you can do if the Hag is not bounding M1 to scroll wheel, and so there are things you can do against Hag, I guess. But I just don't like her. Doctor. People that think that Doctor is a fucking gen control killer that keeps fucking blasting everyone instead of chasing people. You are playing Doctor wrong. There's no like right way to play Doctor. There's no right way to play this game. Play however you want to play. But fuck you if you play Doctor for 3-jetting and fucking Impossible's Koshak Doctor. Just learn how to chase. All right, buddy. Just be better. Okay, you're better than that. Huntress. Long range snipe hunches. I hate those. Like I understand that it's fun to watch. I like playing as long range sniper huntress, but as a survivor, you are just a plaything for the killer. And I hate killer playstyles that just turn survivors into little playthings that they can do whatever the fuck they want with. Fuck that. That should never be a thing. I don't like that. And that's it. Fuck that kind of Huntress playstyle, I guess. Bubba, there's nothing. He can do no wrong. He's just great at the game. Everything he does is fine. Though I will say that if you give Bubba to a brand new player and he gets a hook, there is nothing you can do against it. And that maybe should not be a thing. But I'm down to get face camped at Bubba. But yesterday I played against Bubba that was horrible at the game, but he got one down and put him in the basement and all my teammates died. That didn't feel particularly good because he was never chasing anyone. Just got, you know, he just got looped by everyone because he was horrible, and then he just got 3k anyway because, you know, he just camped people in the basement. Though that's okay. So Bubba can do no wrong. Nightmare. I don't like lullaby killers. Okay, give me indicator. I don't like stealth killers. I know that this might be a hot take, but I don't like stealth killers. The part that I like about DBD is the killer survivor interaction. You know, against stealth killers, you're like what, getting jump scared. Like, do you think I want to get jump scared by little Timmy, you know, 16-year-old playing Demogorgon or fucking Ghostface and Nightmare and walking up to me and fucking blooding me and then teabagging me on the floor because I couldn't hear him coming? I'm talking about Freddy here. So Freddy is not that bad, but at the same time, Freddy is just an overall boring killer to go against because there is not much like not many things you can do. If you're going against fake pallets, you know, you gotta keep a mental note of the pallets, I guess. And if you're going against the other type, the blood snares, then you're like just supposed to walk over them and then drop the pallet. You know, I don't know. Like that just doesn't feel particularly good. But I have no like real complaints about Freddy, I guess, unless they're 3-jetting, which is a problem in general. Pig. Lower tier killer, people play like pieces of shit, I guess. Don't really have a problem with anything in the pig's like base kit, I don't think. I think that the traps sometimes feel bad, but if you use the trigonometry tech that I taught you guys on my stream, you're always gonna get the trap off first try, so it's not even a problem. Just, I mean, I'm down for pig. Pig is okay. My dog is here, and I can't even cut that out, so you guys are gonna hear my dog. Clown. Same thing with Hag. I can't think of a good thing to say about this guy. Clown is just an amalgamation of everything that I hate about this game. He's an M1 killer that can barely ever win the game if you're playing against competent survivors. So you're gonna lose the game. The survivors are gonna have a horrible time because they can't see and are getting slowed down. There's no skill expression. I don't care if there's a 200-page guide about Clown. There is no getting good at Clown. Okay, me and the guy that has 5,000 hours as Clown, we played the same. Okay, his just looks more more fleshy because he just plays more of the Clown, and he like, I'm gonna throw slow here and then speed here, and I'm gonna reach the sword. No one gives a fuck about that. Okay, like that, you're just walking. You're not doing anything. I mean, I guess that's survivor gameplay right there. You're not walking. You're running around things, but like you're running so slowly that it might as well be walking. So I don't know what my complaint is here. I just don't like Clown. There is no getting good at Clown. Clown is a horrible killer. Like just to win as and winning against Clown doesn't even feel good because you just want to teabag the piece of shit because he's playing Clown. And my fingers are all weird. What the fuck is this? Fuck Clown. Spirits. My god. Who the fuck thought that making a killer invisible and fucking Giga Speedy would be annoying to go against? Am I right, guys? Like, wow, I just feel like I have so much to do when I'm injured against the spirits. There's just so many things I can do, right? Like, yeah, that's about it. That's about all you can do against spirit when you're injured. Legion, hitting and running. Fuck that playstyle. Don't want to keep mending myself for 5 hours in the game. I want to loop the killer. Okay, I don't like this piece of shit running up to me, M2ing me, running away, making me mend. Fuck that guy. Plague, it's mostly the players. If you play Plague like a piece of shit, fuck you. If you play Plague for chase, you are amazing. Plague is one of my favorite colors to go against in the game when they are chasing, because of the risk versus reward mechanic. But if you're just puking on gens and expecting people to just infect themselves and not do anything until they do, fuck you. Okay? You're boring. You're ruining the killer for everyone. Okay? Ghostface, stealth killer. Walks up to me, gets a free M1, and then he can crouch and chase, so he becomes a small killer. That is going to be a common theme again. I just don't like killers that can, like, hide themselves in a loop, because, like, yeah. I mean, I guess that's part of, like, skill expression as killer. I don't give a fuck. I like seeing the killer. Okay, give me Nemesis. Okay, I can see Nemesis over every loop in the game. Demogorgon. I mean, I don't know. I think Demogorgon is just overall a pretty great killer. I can't really think of a bad thing to say about Demo. Wow. I mean, I really don't know. Demo is just pretty good. Yeah. I wish his hitbox wasn't so weird though. Sometimes it feels off. For both sides. Both when you're playing Demo and you feel like the hit should have hit, and then when you're playing Survivor you feel like the hit shouldn't have hit. But that's just a BHR diff. They did a great job with Demogorgon. I don't know. Oni. Damn. Those killers are pretty cool, no? Oni and Demogorgon? I guess Oni is just that, like, whenever he hits you, he's just gonna be, sucking you off until he gets power, and then he's gonna run away. That's pretty boring, because he drops chase. But being chased by Oni is super fun. Both when he's M1ing and M2ing, so I don't know. Yeah. Deathlinger, very map reliant. There are some maps where you can play against Deathlinger pretty well. There are other maps where you cannot do anything against this piece of shit. I hate being speared over loops. There are some loops you just cannot use against Deathlinger because you can just keep 50-50ing the shots until he hits you. So that's kind of boring. But there are some loops that you go against Deathlinger that you feel invincible at because he cannot shoot you over. And it's also like a small round loop, so you can like just keep running around it, and then he never reaches you. That's pretty fun. But most of the time I go against Deathlinger, it's just a hazard, like whenever he shoots me and reels me in, like, wow, I don't want to be fucking shot from far away. What am I playing, Valorant? If I wanted to play an FPS, I'd be playing fucking something else, you know what I mean? Not DBD. But yeah, fuck that guy. I don't like Deathlinger. Pyramid Head, same thing as Deathlinger. Why did they come up with an ability that can go through walls? Like, what's the point? And then you're gonna, like, people are gonna say, yeah, but like he doesn't know where you are either. But like, so what? He can use perks that can see me when I vault a window and shit. And I don't like being 50-50 either. Like, every time I play against Pyramid Head, I feel like they just shove me into a corner and keep 50-50ing me until until he hits me. It takes like months to actually hit. But then when he does hit, you just feel like, wow, like that's the whole chase. Like, no me gusta, you know what I mean? Like, wow, please, just make this killer feel better. Make the power not go through walls, maybe. Then he would be horrible. Also, he's just way too good at tunneling. But I like being tunneled, so... yeah, I don't like being sliced in half, though, so that's pretty boring. Blight, the add-ons. Bro, fuck the fucking add-ons. You can give a fucking toddler Blight without cring and speed, and they're gonna 4K. I'm a Blight main, okay? I love Blight, and I like going against Blight as well. But when he's just Mach 7 running towards you, and he can just bump 50 times around you, it doesn't matter how many times he misses the fucking bumps, he's gonna catch you, You don't feel like you can move away from loops either, and that feels pretty bad. Sometimes, like, when he's like bumping around you and you're not seeing him, you're like so confused because, like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Like, if I go here, is he gonna see me? If I stand still, he's gonna just come really fast. Oh, Blight has a problem with being early. I know what you mean, Blight. Yeah, I mean the add-ons, I guess. Just base kit Blight is pretty fun to go against, but the add-ons just kind of ruin it for me. Twins, fuck this guy. Like, just an all-around fuck you for Twins, I guess. Victor is just way too fast. There are very few things you can do against Victor. There is like a window tech that you can do. Not a window tech, but like you can stay at one window for like forever against Victor, especially at check, because it's very hard for him to mind game the window because the window never blocks. But other than that, pretty boring to go against. I hate being slugged. It just feels bad. whenever Twins walks up to you, gets 3-on-1 because the first hit is always easier than the second hit. And then just throws Victor. You feel like there's nothing you can do. You know, Victor just walks up to you and downs you. Fuck that. Okay, fuck Twins. Twins. Who the fuck came up with this? Like no one's balancing this game. I think. Trickster. Same as Deathlinger. I mean, there are some maps where Trickster is pretty fun to go against. There are other maps where you just feel like helpless against them. I also hate the fact that my character goes every time he's throwing knives. You know, like just stay quiet. You know, the knives probably aren't even hurting that much. You know, it takes like 8 knives to hurt you anyway. So stop moaning, okay, pussy. Just take the fucking knives. You know what I mean? Other than that, I think it's pretty cool to like dodge the trickster knives, even though sometimes you feel like there's nothing you can do. There's like this little trick you can do against the trickster knives. You're gonna have to watch my other video for that because I'm not gonna talk about it here. And yeah, Trickster, Deathlinger, no diff. Nemesis, the zombies. Fuck the zombies. The zombies should not exist. There's no reason for a killer as strong as Nemesis to have zombies. I would even say make Nemesis base kit tier 2 and get rid of the zombies. I'm down. That'd be cool. No? Pinhead. Solo queue versus Pinhead is horrible because your teammates are not going to do the box, and then you're just going to lose chase. Even if you're better than the killer, you're just going to lose chase because there's nothing you can do against chain hunts while you're in chase. There are some things you can do, but I just like being free, you know? Like, nothing that slows me down feels good. And I feel like there are better... Like, making the killer faster rather than making me slow feels the best for me. But yeah. I mean, that's just me. Artist! Fuck the NC loop on this character. She just walks up to the loop, throws a crow, and then what? You just run away. Or you try to bait the crow and the crow hits you anyway because the hitbox is massive. Doesn't feel very cool. I also hate sniping artists, so there's no artist playstyle that I like, I guess. Because I don't like being sniped from far away because no interaction, and I also don't like the fact that she blocks loops, I guess. But I've never really had a horrible experience against an artist, to be honest, so... I guess in theory she's pretty boring. Onryo, this killer is probably my least favorite killer in the game. There's just nothing, there are no redeeming qualities for this killer. And what I hate the most about Onryo is something different to like what most people say when they say that they don't like Onryo. They don't like being condemned. I don't like the fact that this killer encourages you to hit and run. And there's this Onryo guy, I forgot his name. What is his name? One Pump Willie. Like, no diss. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. But he made a tweet, like, someone was saying that there's no chase interaction between Onryo and the survivor, and he was like,
"What? But to get the first hit, you have to start a chase. That's a chase."
And then he was like, "Hey, just don't get hit." And then she has to chase. Like, what? She's a stealth killer. She's designed to get free hits, bro. Like, what? You want me to hear the lullaby and then magically escape? That's not how it works. Then you're just implying that the whole like stealth aspect of the killer doesn't matter. She's designed to get free first hits and then just run away because she has teleports and she gets rewarded for teleporting. Maybe if she got condemned while chasing people, it would feel better. It would be a better mechanic. I don't think the way to go is by making killers get rewarded for dropping chase. You know, that's horrible. You feel like a plaything for the killer. I don't like being a plaything. If the survivors were bots, which they are gonna be most of the time you play Onryo, bruh, get it? Because people are gonna DC it. Then that's okay. Like, do whatever the fuck you want with the bots. Like, we don't care about the bots. I probably shouldn't be saying this because when the bots inevitably take over the world, there's gonna be this on the internet, you know, and then I'm just gonna be, you know, demolished by them. But what I mean is, fuck the bots, okay? If they do take over the world, I'll just fucking die, I guess. Like, what the fuck can I do? Fuck Onryo, she's just way too small. The fucking passive phasing. Who the fuck came up with passive phasing? That's my question. So what, I'm just allowed to hold W on a loop and the survivor doubles back into me because he thinks I'm ungaming because I'm invisible and I'm just supposed to feel good? Like, wow, I really outplayed him here. No! You didn't. You were invisible. That's what happened. You know what I mean? fuck this killer. I condemn myself sometimes to get chased by this guy because people never chases this killer. Like, wow. I hope this killer gets over nerfed. I hope this killer gets so nerfed that people never pick him, never pick Onryo again. Okay, and fuck the fact that Nicolas Cage liked this killer. It's already old news, okay? Like, a month on the internet, that's like years. Fuck that. Over nerf this girl. Like, no one likes her. Except that one guy I just talked about. And he's gonna defend her until the end of the days, like just like I was with DH. So like, I know what you mean, One Pump Willie, but you gotta see it from the other side as well, man. Dredge, Nightfall, fuck making my screen black. Like, you're not cool for making my screen black. Like, you just wow. Like, you kill me because I'm running into darkness. Like, you feel good about that. Nightfall is much more manageable nowadays, though. Like, on the PCB, it was horrible. It was no. Or was it the other way around? I don't know. Like, maybe on the PCB it was easier to see, and then people were like, but it's too easy to see. And then yeah, I think that's what happened. Anyway, I don't like Nightfall. Dredge's NC loop is pretty interesting. I've played against some cracked judges that fucking destroyed me. And that didn't feel horrible, but it's just like a very uncreative NC loop. But at the same time, it's like interesting to go against, so I have no problems with that. Teleporting, though, I don't like that because he's just gonna hit and run. And fuck that. Wesker, I thought I wasn't going to have anything to say about Wesker, but I do. Wesker, infection should not slow you. It should be one or the other. It either slows you down or insta-downs you. It can't be both. It also shouldn't carry you over when you get hooked, because if you're infected and you get hooked, you can just tunnel you and then insta-down you, even if you have like a syringe or something, or renewal. That's never good, you know, because like when you're being tunneled and you're 8% slower and getting insta-downed, there's not much you can do. You know, I like being tunneled because there are things I can do. It's like punish the killer for tunneling me. If I feel like there's nothing I can do, I'm just being tunneled and dying, and that's not cool. You know, that's not like, it shouldn't be like that. Overall, though, Wesker, very interesting killer to go against. You die to a Wesker, you feel like you got outplayed. You know, there's no like passive phasing. He's like a normal human with normal height, so you can see him over things. It's just overall a decent time going against Wesker. Okay, Knights and Skull Merchant. Like, do I even have to say anything? These guys are just so like, the people that created Knight and Skull Merchant are so out of touch with the game. Like, I feel like even me giving them the time of day to say what I don't like about them is like an insult. Like, at this point, like, even saying bad things about Skull Merchant and Knight is like an insult to yourself. Because, like, they're just, it's just, they're on another level. It's just unbelievable that anyone ever thought that they would be even remotely decent adds to the game. Like, fuck them. You know, if they get removed from the game forever, no one's gonna miss them. Okay? People are not going to miss these guys because they're horrible designs overall. The only thing about I like about Skull Merchant is the fact that she's Brazilian, and if you didn't know, I'm also Brazilian, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty inclusive. But I hate the fact that they made the worst killer in the game be Brazilian. It does fit with the theme of Brazil, but fuck that. You know what I mean? Singularity, fuck that guy, is what I would say if I didn't like him, because I really like him nowadays. But back when he was released, I felt like there was nothing you could do. He just teleported to you, ignored pallets, ignored windows, like insta-vaulted windows, insta-broke pallets, has Spirit Fury, plus like enduring, rainbow enduring because you don't even get stunned. Yeah, he's pretty interesting to go against. And then he encourages you to like hug loops very tight, and that's pretty cool. So Singularity, pretty cool. I like this guy. Like, me and Singularity were cool nowadays. I didn't like him very much back when he was released. Nowadays we're cool. We chilling. Xenomorph. There should be a sound cue whenever he uses his thing, and should be an easier visual indicator, because at this point when Xenomorph is in power, it's kind of like a 4.6 Huntress that always has the hatchet readied. So that is not cool, you know. I feel like they're gonna change that though. Like, I feel like that's like people already noticed that there should be like more indicators whenever he uses his thingy. But overall, pretty cool killer. And that's it. How long have I been recording for? 25 minutes. Oh my god. Is anyone still watching? Can anybody hear me? Okay, if you guys can hear me, comment. I don't know, like, hey Puff, I like you, and you're pretty cool and tall and handsome. If I see anyone commenting that, you're a real one, okay? But this is towards the end of the video, so someone might have skipped to the end of the video just to see if I would say something. But anyway, I don't even think this is gonna be on Rebellope. I think this is just gonna be on my second channel. Because it's a 25-minute video and I need watch time on this channel to monetize it. So yeah guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you whenever I make another video. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.